Poulter, and I'm here today with Jessica Plath. Jessica teaches college career success and business communication at CT State Three Rivers. And fun fact about Jessica, she actually started at Mohegan Sun as an intern and then rose to be their director of special events before she left to, I think, be a VP of sales. And then now she is the owner and chief, I guess, recruiter with a hospitality recruiting franchise. And so today we're going to talk about email, and she's going to show us a little bit about email structure and specifically a little bit that has to do with email marketing, even like how is this used in that context. So thank you, Jessica, for participating in this and sharing your wisdom. Let's see what you got.
Awesome. Thank you, Nicole, for the great introduction. I love that. Uh, I think where I always seem to start is as a leader within Mohegan Sun at that day, that time frame. There wasn't a whole lot of time to read email and really kind of like engage with it. Leaders and organizations are really not at their desk more than, let's say, 30 minutes a day. There's meetings, they're running around, they're troubleshooting, they're putting those fires out. And so when we sit down and we actually need to craft emails, we have to be very methodical and very thoughtful about the information we're putting in there. So I am going to show you real things, okay? This is a current email campaign that I've been working on. And if you're interested in email campaigns and marketing in general, please connect with Nicole and I. We can share some other classes with you. And I just want to make my screen a bit bigger here so y'all can see. And this is an email series or drip campaign is what I like to call it, that is going out to cold people. These are people that I do not have a current relationship with, and I'm trying to get them to come into me, right? I am trying to make them warm. I'm trying to have them utilize my team's services within hospitality recruiting, right? So always, 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 I start with a really great subject line, right? If we think about all of the emails we receive, whether that's personally or professionally, it can be overwhelming at times. And I know that I prioritize my emails based on subject line. So if it does seem interesting, or I am interested in maybe that discount that someone's offering, or maybe there's a special $10 off this weekend if I go to this place. For the purposes of this communication that I'm showing you, as I mentioned, I'm trying to move cold. I have no relationship with these people, and I'm trying to move them into, hey, I want you to be my client, right? So strong subject line, struggling to find talent for your property. We've got you covered, right? Is that going to resonate with everybody? No, right? And so I think it does take us a minute to accept that everything we do and we put out there is not going to be consumed by everybody, right? So a really great subject line goes a really long way. When I'm writing my emails, I'm starting here. This is my first campaign with this segment. So I'm specifically going after property management, leased residential living. So condos, apartments, commercial buildings that are renting their space to retail brands or doctor's offices or spas, right? So I want them to know that I understand their business, right? At the end of the day, I start here with dear because it is that first communication. I want to be a little more formal, right? Because I don't have a relationship yet with them. And I use an empathetic approach with all of my communications typically, right? So in today's competitive hospitality landscape, finding the right talent can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack. At Gecko Hospitality Greater New York, we understand the unique challenges you face within hiring right now, right? So I'm saying to this person, I get it. I understand the interview and the application process have changed tremendously over the last few years. I mean, it is harder to find, in what I like to say, the right talent. There's talent out there, right, that will check the boxes, but you always are looking for, our clients are looking for the right talent, okay? So we start kind of with that empathetic approach. I then say that's why we're here. We're here to do that heavy lifting for you, right? So if talent and acquisition is something that your team is struggling with, maybe you have a smaller company and you don't have a dedicated HR team member that's doing recruitment, well, that's what we're here for. We're here to do all of those things for you. We interview, we do reference checks, we will present them with the offer if you want us to. So we handle it from start to finish. Um, I'm letting them know we have a database of hospitality centric candidates, right? I don't have engineering people or healthcare people. I have hospitality centric people, hotels, resorts, casinos, right? People that have worked with guests on a one-on-one basis, okay? I'm letting them know that we can tailor our approach to the client's specific needs. Anytime that we're able to put the ownership back into the client's hands or the consumer hands, right? That's important. They feel like they have a choice, right? We all like choices. There's multiple streaming platforms because of choices, right? So, and then I give them a little bit here, right? I'm letting them know, hey, I know you have specific needs, and I know that you're probably looking for leasing people and people that understand facilities management, engineering, building maintenance, accounting and finance. There's so many more, but I'm not going to list all those out. That's fluff. That's the TMI, too much information, right? The whole thought on this email is I just want them to open it, read maybe two sentences of the five that are here, and then email me back, call me, or text me, right? And then I'm kind of signing off here with the potential client, right? The best part, there's no risk. So my business is a retained group. So none of our clients pay us until we place actual talent within their organization. So I'm letting them know there's no risk involved. There's no upfront payments. I'm also informing them that I personally and my team are committed to true hospitality. And if you are a hospitality in the world, you know that true hospitality has slipped through the cracks a little bit, and that level of hospitality you're getting at each interaction is falling off. It's due to training and all of these things. That's a different conversation for a different day. But then I sign off with my question: are you ready for some support? Right? Like, what better way to kind of dangle the carrot in front of them, hopefully, for them to come to me, right? And I did receive one response back, which was really exciting from a very high-end, large-scale firm based out of New York City. And I couldn't have been happier. Honestly, if I never physically talked to that person on the phone, that's okay because they got the email, they engaged with the email and emailed me back. And that is the win, right? The win in the email communication is to receive communication back. I'm going to bring you into two more stages just to share and show you how my language and the formatting is changing here. Okay, so let me go to the next one. So again, we're going to start with hopefully a really strong subject line. We want our consumer, our reader to open the email. That is the first and most challenging thing. Okay. So here I'm saying, hey, streamline your property management hiring. I start here with like kind of a little tagline, no gimmicks, just results. See how our team can support you in case they don't want to read somewhere below, or maybe it's too much. I do move to a hello. Okay. So as I mentioned in that first email communication, I started with dear, a little bit more formal. This is the second email going to that same group of people about a month and a half later, but I'm saying hello now at this point. And I'm empathetic again, right? We know your plate is overflowing. All of our plates are overflowing. Between managing properties, handling guest satisfaction, and keeping up with industry trends, finding time for recruitment can be challenging. And then I love this. So this is, a quick, different way to basically say the same thing I did in the first email, but put it into a different format, right? So in the last email communication, you saw that there were specific titles that I listed out in a sentence format. Well, here I'm pulling out that, right? I'm not writing it in a sentence because sometimes, we we go off to a different world when we see all those sentences. I personally like bullets. I've always been a bullet lover. It's clear, concise, and to the point. It's not sentences. It's, 3 to 5 words typically. And so I'm pulling out these specific job titles: leasing office specialists, facilities management experts, property managers, accounting and finance professionals, right? So I'm just changing up the email and the dynamic of how it visually looks, but basically saying the same thing each time I'm emailing them. I'm letting them know that we're dedicated to understanding their needs and delivering candidates who meet the requirements but align with company culture. I'm reminding them that there is no upfront cost, there's no risk involved for them working with us. And that again, we're here to support them, right? And I've always had that support approach when I'm doing these types of campaigns. I'm validating that our time is precious. Let me and our team help you reclaim some of that amazing time back in your schedule, right? So that's email number 2 within that same grouping. And then my third email on this campaign, I did do a little more secretive, right? Who doesn't love a good secret? So do you want to know our secret? Right? And that could mean anything. I could be telling them secret candidates. I could be telling them the secrets of our business. They don't know. Again, the objective is to open the email. This one here, again, this is the third email in this chain. I went with just a hi, right? So I went dear, hello to hi. So hopefully we're getting to know each other a little bit better. Again, I go back to finding the right talent. It's so important. It doesn't have to be tough. I am notating our brand here. Is that required? No. At the end of the day, my clients are dealing with me, and the brand is secondary. Okay. It's just the supporter of me. But I'm telling them, hey, we've cracked the code. We have effortless hiring for you. And what we do is, right, we have an extensive network of pre-screened and qualified candidates. We have a deep understanding of the hospitality segments. We have no upfront costs or risks. We provide personal service tailored to your specific needs, right? And then again, I'm signing off, right? There's some type of salutation. There's that carrot. There's a hook that we want them to respond. We want them to call. So many leading companies are already benefiting from our expertise. Isn't it time you join them? Let's work together on something your team may be struggling to fill. And so that is just 3 quick examples of written communication in a specific, area, but a great example of clear, concise, who, how, why. We're not oversharing, and we're not undersharing. So I hope this helps you all understand the dynamic of a really well-crafted email, and think about how you would want to be perceived in your emails communications in the future.
Thank you so much, Jessica. You have lots of opportunity to practice email here in college, and forever afterwards, unless something better comes along, but it is the most popular still way of doing business through written communication. So hope this helped. Thank you.